All right, I guess we can get started with the session today. Okay, in the previous session, we talked about augmented reality, virtual reality, and mixed reality in detail. And I hope you must have got some idea. If you were not there in the previous session, we will share the recording with you shortly. Okay.
Mhm.
So yeah, in today's session, we will be talking about the beginner's guide to social augmented reality experience development in detail. And also, we'll be talking about each and every software, and also at the same time, we'll see, we'll have a proper walkthrough of each and every software. So yeah, with that note, let's get started. Yeah. All right. So I am Chavi. In front of you, I am Chavi. I'm the co-founder of Bharat XR and Erixa. And Bharat XR has its main motive to educate students and the working professionals about this emerging technology. And Erixa helps brands and companies to actually have the best augmented reality, virtual reality, mixed reality, and CGI related experiences. And so, yes, I have been working in the community and also in this space from past more than 3 years, and I've educated 80,000 plus students and also 500 plus faculties across India for the augmented reality. And also, I've been a meta AI creator as well and trainer. So, yes, with that note, Ranjan, let's hear from you.
Uh, Hi everyone, I am Pranjal Nanda. I'm the co-founder of Bharat Alexa, as Chogi mentioned. I've been in the AR industry since 5 years now, and throughout these 5 years, I think I've worked with different brands, including Meta, Flipkart, Swiggy, Zomato, Netflix, and all. And like my journey started in lockdown, and I've done freelancing. I've done a job in AR, and now I'm co-running a agency and a community virtually. So yeah, overall, I think AR was something that happened really. Like I was lucky to find AR, and I'm more than lucky to be where I am right now because of that. Yeah, that's my quick intro, and yeah, let's get started. So today's topic is all about augmented reality, particularly social augmented reality. So in a previous session, we discussed that how the types of what are the types of augmented reality and how each of them can help brand in different ways and all. So for now, for this session, we'll be focusing on social AR, augmented reality, and we'll be covering all the things that there is to know about social AR. Further, in our lineup of sessions, we have hands-on with each of the software that we are going to show you today. And after that, we'll be shifting to the other types of AR like web AR, native AR, and so on. So yeah, make sure that you are subscribed to Bharat XR on Insta and Luma and WhatsApp. You are in the WhatsApp community. Yeah, you'll get a bit stuff. So let's get started. Um,
All right.
and yeah,
Okay.
perfect.
Yes. Talking about the part of social AR, yes, the main thing that we are obviously, as I mentioned, we would be talking is about the development tools. Yes, and whenever I come across, especially with any new anyone who is like totally beginner in this particular field, they have just one question: uh, is it actually inexpensive to just jump in this field? Because people have this thought that AR VR is very like, oh my god, you have to put money into this particular field, even if you have to learn something. So, answering to that particular thing, no, it's not necessary to put a lot of money in it. There are free tools available to use. The three software that you can see right now, the Metaspark Studio, Link Studio, and Effect House, is totally free of cost, and you can easily download these software. So we'll also get some idea of the system requirements and all shortly. So, when it comes to the social AR experiences, as we have talked about the same in our previous session, that in the social AR domain, we have major three companies, or I can say major four social media platforms. The one is Instagram, the second one is Facebook, the third one is Snapchat, and the fourth one is TikTok. Now, why I have said that only three companies? Because obviously the Meta has Instagram and Facebook. So yes, obviously, technically we can say three companies, right? So when we talk about these, like the most famous social media platforms, and on daily basis we scroll so many reels and memes, and we come across with so funky like filters, I would say. Like most of the times we refer it to as filters, and we don't actually get an idea. And obviously, like as you can see, there's like a very like subtle blur background effect that Pranjal is also having right now. So that is also an augmented reality experience. That's just an idea that I'm saying. So yes, that's how the AR works. Now, for if you want to actually, if you want to build, create, or craft an AR experience, you need to see that for which particular platform you are actually crafting that AR experience. If you want to craft an AR experience for Instagram or Facebook, then you have to use Metaspark Studio. You cannot craft AR experience for Snapchat at on Metaspark Studio. So this is a very important thing to know. You can obviously take the screenshot for your like future references. Second, if you want to craft some AR experience for Snapchat, then obviously go for Lens 2D software. And for TikTok, go for Effect House. And yes, I know that TikTok is banned in India. So we'll also talk about the VPN as well. Because apparently we are developers, we should know how to get the jugards. So now, uh, talking more of it, the part, yes. The most important thing that now the next thing that do I have to buy the most expensive laptop in this world? No, you don't have to. Okay, it's not actually required. Talking about the hardware, or I can say the software components that are important for you to know before even getting started your journey. You can obviously download it, but what are the next steps? You can obviously again take the screenshot. This is the minimum requirement almost for the three like social AR development softwares that I have mentioned right away. So obviously you need to have an operating system. Like for example, if you're talking about like Windows, then Windows 10, and if you are talking about Mac, then yes, Mac OS 10.14 plus. So this is the minimum requirement. It should you should have minimum of 4 GB RAM. CPU again, if Intel, then these are some of the like things that you should have a look to. You can obviously go to your settings panel in your like laptop and then have a look to it. Then the GPU and monitor resolution is required, is mentioned. Like many a times, I have come across this one thing that when I used to teach in like some colleges, so like they should complain that why Windows 10. So please have a look to that as well. If you are practicing it in your PCs, just have a look that is it like updated or not. Yes, Sanjit, we can move further.
Okay, hi.
Yeah, next slide. Okay, these are some of the Metaspark Studio AR experiences. Now, when it comes to Metaspark Studio, yeah, when it comes to Meta augmented reality related experiences, as you can see, you can have face tracker. One second, just yeah. So, so on the Metaspark Studio, you can practice a lot of things. Like for example, you can see that you can have you can make different sort of experiences. Like for your face tracker, it can be body tracking or it can be image tracking as well. You can obviously have the hand tracking. You can obviously make the hand tracking experiences as well. So, like these are some of the experiences that Pranjal has crafted previously for like different sort of uh, like brands, or I can say community. Okay. Now today we'll get some idea about the same. So now also in the Metaspark Studio case, as you can see, Brandon, if you can just like play the third one. We can see you can also import a 3D model and have some shaders, textures to it. And right now you won't be able to hear a sound, but also you can obviously you can add some music or sound, which is obviously copyrighted free in your augmented reality experience as well. So you it's not just about those beauty filters that you come across. It's actually far more than that. Now, as we are talking about the Instagram or I think the Facebook filters, yeah, exactly. Thank you so much. I'm pretty much happy. So I have been like a speaker at GDSC Wow, and we Bharat XR collaborated with GDSC Wow, like for the same, and we made actually Pranjan especially worked on it on crafting an AR experience, like which has like 3D model and a lot of textures. So yeah, that was pretty good. Thank you so much for that. Yeah. Now let's have a quick like overview of the platform. Like let's have a walkthrough that actually how the platform looks like. Obviously now you have downloaded the platform. What's next? So as you can see, when you are done with the downloading and the installation part, that's how your Metaspark Studio looks like. Just one thing, if you are updating your software of Metaspark Studio, then a new um, a new separate like software somehow like it's not actually updating in that particular uh, I would say window only. So yeah, in this, as you can see, you can have different sort of options: blank project, sharing effect, video calling effect, add effect, and block. You can choose any of it. And then if you scroll down, you can see a lot of templates provided to you. These are different sort of templates provided by the Metaspark Studio team only, so that you can obviously try on. You can click on any of the templates and obviously make some changes, and why not like create your like, or I can say craft your first ever own effect, and you can see like when it was last updated and the other details. And also it's not important that if you have made an effect, it's totally up to you. You can make it visible to Instagram and make it invisible to people. So it's totally up to you. On the learn at the learn section, there are some tutorials which are provided by the Metaspark team again, and there are some like blogs as well provided, the documentation to ease your journey. In the recent projects, obviously, you can have a look to your recent projects and open some of the projects. You can also like join the creators community, which is basically on Facebook, the like global AI creator community. For example, if you are facing any of the bug or issue in the Metaspark Studio, or you have just crafted your first ever own AR experience, why not share with the community? All right. With that note, you can just click on blank project and get started. And Pranjal, can you click on the blank? Can you click on the blank project again? Yeah, sharing effect.
Mm,
Yes. Okay. As you can see, that's how the whole like software looks like, the
interface.
interface. There's the scene panel, asset panel, and on the right, and also you can change all the properties and all. So yes, that's how it looks like. We'll cover the detailing part in our obviously upcoming session. So
Just one
no,
thing about
yeah.
Metaspark is that it has its own AR library, which is really useful. So it has like 3D objects, music, sound, patch assets. Patch assets is basically some assets that you can import into the patch editor. Patch editor is like a visual scripting where you build the logic and you play around with the flow of the filter, basically effect. It has textures, blocks, and all. So yeah, we'll cover all of these in our upcoming sessions. But just wanted to give you a quick overview of that. It's not that you have to make everything from scratch. Metaspark and a lot of these studios software already provide a lot of um, prerequisites to which you can use. Over to you, Chavi.
Yeah, that's it. And also you can obviously have a lot of things. You can publish your AR effects, and everything is again totally free of cost. So that's not something that you have to worry about. You can obviously test your AR experiences as well over Instagram over Instagram or Facebook. Just one important thing: it would be better if when you will complete all the installation, and then you will be asked to like do the obviously sign up part, login part in that particular process. Just a simple suggestion. Beforehand, if you can just connect your Instagram and Facebook account, that would be really great. Because if you are having a Meta account, basically the Meta account will have like your Instagram and Facebook account in it. So that would be pretty easy for you to manage in the future. And also on you can simply Google Metaspark Studio. I would say the panel where each and every you can actually see all the effects and all the impressions of yours per day. So yeah, Pranjal, over to you.
Perfect. That was a quick walkthrough of Metaspark Studio. Um, yeah. So a lot of people ask, a lot of clients actually ask that can we make one filter and deploy it everywhere? That simple answer is no. You have to separately develop and create each of the effect in each of the software if you want to publish, if you want it to be published on multiple things. Yeah. Okay, let's get going. So let's get started with TikTok first. So I'll show you something. So in TikTok, there's a really cool generative AI feature wherein if you see, it clicks a photo, it takes a while to process, of course, but it gives out a beautiful generative AI based output. Like if you're a Friends fan, you can obviously resemble people way and all. So it just took one photo of yours and it's converting it to multiple, um, let's say AI version of yours regarding the Friends. And then there's some sky segmentation as well. You probably remember during, and yeah, there's pet tracking as well. So you can track your pet, be it cat or dog, probably a cat or dog. That's it. Now, of course, TikTok is banned, and hence Effect Studio is also banned because you cannot explore TikTok, sorry, TikTok.com where you have to download it. So for that, I think the only option we are left is to use VPN. For this, I probably use Proton VPN. No sponsorship as such. Is it that both easy here and it's free to use. It's I think reliable as well. I'm not sure if I'm able to show you this, but yeah. So let me just connect quickly so that I can run the software. Yeah. Yeah. So this is the Effect House software. Of course, if you want to access it, you'll have to be connected to the VPN throughout the journey. So once you're connected to that, you're good to go. This is the home page, pretty similar to what we have seen in Metaspark and pretty similar to what we'll see in Let's Studio as well. So it's not like you'll have to learn the entire UI changes. It's just some part of it changes, but you'll find some familiarism here or there. So even in this, there's a header banner where they post all the news updates and all. There's activity sessions. TikTok is really great if you are based out of other countries than India, basically, where TikTok is supported and you are a creator. They have really good way of compensating you for your work and all. It's similar to the Snapchat one that I'll be sharing, but yeah, you just make it, and if your effect or filter is viral, they'll provide you compensation and like a price, something like that. Again, even there are some recommended templates. There are a lot of templates in TikTok, I must say. The list just goes on and it covers the entirety of the capability that TikTok has. Yeah, it even has tags and segmentation if you want. The AI one that I showed you, you can use something like this to get started with it template. One thing I would say for beginners, it's always better to go with template. For me, when I started with Metaspark, I remember I spent like an entire day or 2 days just exploring the templates. I opened up all the templates that there were. I try to understand what these functions do, what why it is placed here, why the patch editor looks like this and all. And thereby I went to explore all the features that Metaspark provides. So this is something that you can also try. Moving ahead, here are the recent projects. There's a knowledge center which takes you to effecthouse.tiktok.com. So all three of the softwares, they have great documentations. Metaspark, Metaspark, Lensure, TikTok. If you want to know, if you want to understand something, you don't have to Google it. I think the documentation works the best. So yeah, TikTok documentation looks something like this. There's guide, tutorials, library spotlights. You can search, you can take a forum and all and all. Let me get back to so, yep. So let me open something. It does take a time. But yeah, here we are. This is something that I recently created for year 2024. Um, the scene or the UI is almost similar to that we just saw in Metaspark Studio. Here is our scene panel with all the hierarchy. Here are all the assets that we have inputted in the filter. Here's the scene panel. Here's the visual scripting. Visual scripting is basically the patch editor. You can see you can make all sort of logic from this particular thing. Here's a preview camera which you can change to pre-based and all. And here's inspector. Inspector basically gives you all the information and you can change the text and all the properties that you have of the thing. Now, one interesting thing about Effect House. Again, there's an asset library. That's fine. It's just that they have given you um, n number of options for like if you want to just add a generative eyebrow eraser. All you have to do is go to here and click here, and it will automatically configure the setup accordingly, and it will erase your eyebrows. Simple. And then there's test performance. So another thing, you have to make sure that whatever you make runs smoothly across all sort of devices. Your AR effect should perform the same way, be it iPhone 15 Pro Max or be it a very low end mobile device. You have to make sure that your effect size is well under control, your assets are compressed, and there's no bug or no latency or like lag issue in your effect, basically. So this test helps you test that. It gives you output in some time. You know that we'll explore all of this in the detailed version, but I'm just giving a and similarly, yeah, it's a preview for testing and submit for submitting in. And yeah, that's it. So that was pretty much it for Effect House. It's great to use. It's fun to use actually. There's no particularly scripting based here. All you have to do is make the logic in patch editor, so visual scripting part, and you're done with it.
I'm just asking, Pranjal, is it important for a person to be a developer to even make the logic?
Not really. So let me show you a simple one. So yeah, it's just common sense. So here's a counter. Counter is basically 1, 2, 3. So whenever you tap or something, input a pulse like a trio, it increases the counter number basically. There's a number. Yes, subtract and all. That's a random function to give you a random thing. But yeah, it's all easy to learn, easy to understand. It's not like you have to know JavaScript or you have to know any coding language to get started with. It's just that you have to have the passion for it. I would just say that.
Makes
But
no
yeah,
sense.
going back to uh, this. So yeah, this was our Effectors walkthrough. I hope you guys understood it. Now, hopping on to Snapchat. So I guess Snapchat was the pioneer of getting people accustomed with AR or what filter or what lenses is. So yeah, there are n number of capabilities in Snapchat. I cannot even start to like list them down. We'll cover everything in our future sessions, but some of them are like this. You can get really creative with what you're making. You can get really, you know, funny with something like this. There's a Pokemon ball in your hand, you throw it down and you get a Bulbasaur. And there's of course AR try-on as well. So this was for I made for my mom. My mom makes crochet earrings, so I made an AR try-on for the exactly same. All I did was took some pictures of the earrings, and remove the background using Photoshop, easy to do, and then I placed them in the lens studio. I just tweaked the settings here and there, and yeah, I got a really beautiful showcase that I even showcased in one of the exhibitions, live exhibitions that we had. People started like coming and trying it out rather than trying the real earrings out because this was something that grabs the interest of people. This is something new to everyone. It's not like every day you see a big screen and jab tumhara face and you have the earrings try on. You can try on shoes, clothes, nail paints, everything that you want. Going further with Lens Studio. So yeah, Lens Studio recently published its Lens Studio 5.0 version, wherein you get access to all the Gen AI things that they have published. It's really crazy. I'll show you in a bit. But this is the homepage of that. There's a guides, there's a documentation. Yeah, even Snapchat documentation is really good, I must say. There's a okay. Let me just disconnect the VPN for now. I think it's less over rather. But yeah, there you go. I'll open that again. But yeah, this is the basic layout of the Lens3 5.0. There's new start project. You can start for Snapchat spectacles. Spectacles, Snapchat sorry, the AR glasses, and camera kit. Camera kit is another thing that we'll talk in detail afterwards. But yeah, and here are some recent projects that we have made and some sample projects. Again, there are a lot of templates in Lens Studio. We'll check that out afterwards, but we can get started with it. So again, if you see Metaspark, Effect House, and Lens Studio, all three share almost similar layout. Here is your scene panel where you place all the objects that you want to be rendered. Here is your asset browser where you have all the assets that you want to include in the lens. Here is your scene panel to see how the 3D view looks and to modify and all. Um, there's a script editor, there's a lot of going on here, and there's an inspector panel to change the settings, and there's again preview for it. So yeah, even in Snapchat, there's a immense library, I would say. You can get almost everything that you want to do here. So like if it's a 3D, let's say I want a 3D cap that's available here. If you want a particular material, like let's say a fur material or a water material, you can get it here. There are tools. Lens Studio 5.0 recently introduced Figma Importer. You can import your 2D scene directly from Figma to Snapchat. There's speech recognition, there's chain physics, and a lot of them. You can explore the asset library. I think it will take you 2 days to complete days to explore it fully. But yeah, do explore everything. It's not necessary again. It's not necessary for you to make everything from scratch. All you have to do is be mindful of okay, do I have this audio or do I have this tool available in the asset library? If yes, why am I not using it? Yes, you can. If you create something in Figma, you can import it here. It does a pretty good job of doing it, but again, you have to tweak things a few here. But again, coming on to the Gen AI part, this is really interesting. There's an AI chat, so I just asked it how to play a sound on eyebrow raise, and it gave me a thorough response of what I have to add first, इसको कैसे configure करना है, how to import the sound, how to write a script. It even gave me a script written. You don't even have to know scripting now. it uses script to know how to ask AI. And all in all, and I think this is probably it. Here's the project settings where you can write the name, the icon and lens preview and all the settings that you want to do in your lens, particular lens. Your by your you can send it to Snapchat to test it out, and there's a publish button. Yeah, I guess probably this was it. Let me just show you some examples of Lens Studio. Close it and open Lens Studio normal version where you have all the templates right now. This was the previous version, 4.5.5. Here you have the immense library of templates. It has recently used beginner, advanced. You can even see like the category. Let's say if you are interested in machine learning, here are some machine learning templates which I can use. There are detailed guides as well, video and guide as well. You can click and walk through. And yeah, make sure that you at least get an understanding of what all capabilities there is in Lens Studio before starting to jump in. For example, let's cloth simulation. That's uh, this game. You can make games with again. So yeah, there's facial segmentations, there hand tracking, ball tracking, foot tracking, all sort of tracking. You can erase someone. You can put tattoo on someone. There's a lot that you can do. Yeah, this was pretty much it on the lens tube part. Now off to Chumi.
Okay. Before actually jumping to this particular part, just wanted to ask if you all can just tell us anything that you are curious to know about the social AR, or any great lens or effect that you have come across till date that makes you feel like, oh my God, this is so crazy and amazing to see. Even like sometimes we are so much hooked with some of the game AR, augmented reality experience as well. It has happened a lot of times with me as well, especially on Snap. So this is something that happened with me. Anything that you want to share in the chat below? Ishan asked, so if we create a design using Figma, we can import it here. Yes, obviously.
That's
Pranjal, can you, like, first of all, take some asset part, like something you want to share on the asset development as well? Because
oh yeah,
obviously,
yeah, yeah.
when we talk about AI flow, I have mentioned this as well in the last time, but like, as you had done, as you just got the idea of the softwares and also the platforms in details. I hope you must be thinking that how actually work on the design part, because ultimately you have made the logic, but ultimately the logic has to do something with the design elements as well. So
Yeah.
some softwares or something you want to share.
So you don't have to be a great designer for you to get started there. You can obviously find some really great copyright-free PNGs and 3D models on the net. If not, if you want to create something, um, you can get started with either Photoshop, Figma, Canva, or Photopea if you're not if you're on the web. And yeah, I personally prefer Photoshop because I'm pretty good at it. And for those who are, I guess, a lot of people are now getting accustomed to Figma. Figma is also really great. And recently, I think they introduced the Figma AI as well. So you can take some really great help with that as well. But for 2D design, I think either it's Photoshop or Illustrator for like Adobe based apps, or it's Figma or Photopea for web based apps. You can make anything. You can choose any software or any feature service that you like. It's upon you. All you have to do is export it in probably PNG or JPG, and you're good to go. For 3D models or 3D work, Blender is the most recommended one because A, it's open source, it's free to use, and B, like Metaspark, let's say for example, it has a plugin for Blender which can help you reduce your triangle count. So one thing about all of these experiences, I don't think there's a limit of 8 MB or more. So Metaspark previously had 4 MB limit. That's it. All you have जो भी आपको डालना है, you have to put under 4 MB. Now they increased it to 6 and 8. Lens Studio is 6 and I guess sorry 8 MB, and of course Effectors also has 8 MB. But that's all you have, 8 MB of limit, and you have to include all the things: the 2D images, 3D models, audio, shaders, rips, everything in that. So again, keeping that in mind, make sure that you understand the concept of compression. That's a really great thing. We'll talk about in future sessions as well. But you can use a software named Crushy for that. It really helps you in 2D asset crushing and all. For 3D, I was talking, yeah, Blender. You can get started with Blender. You can export the models in FBX file format, which supports all of the three softwares, and you're good to go. In audio, I think you'll have to go through the documentation of each of the software's audio requirements. Like Metaspark uses M4A format, others use MP3 format, and all. So yeah, a lot of things that you have to do before getting started with development. Asset development is one of that. So you have to make assets. You have to create assets. It's not like you can always use free assets. That's always the point of like making something new, making something innovative and creative rather than just copy pasting it. So there comes the asset development part.
Exactly, and also at the same time, I would encourage you if you are pretty much new to 3D as well. Um, Lens Studio has this 3D part. If Pranjal, you can show them up for once, give them a quick glance of Lens Studio's 3D part.
Give me a minute.
Okay.
But yeah, Lens
Like all
Studio AI just launched
a
this
lot of things.
where you can use 3D asset
So you
and
cannot
all you have to do.
export these 3D assets in your laptop separately. Just like giving you a quick idea.
So all I wrote was a cute black and white panda, furry, spider. That's it. You just give it a text prompt, or you can give it an image reference as well, and it generates a 3D model which you can directly import into your software. And you can choose the polygon and all, and just one click, and it's there. Simple.
So it won't take much time for you.
Yeah,
So this
that's
is
it.
so these are the some things, and also in the Metaspark Studio, like Sketchpad is there in the AR library. So obviously there are like ways to do it. How the AR industry particularly is okay. When we actually talk about the AR industry, I would say it's not just about like these days it's not just about education or just thinking from that marketing perspective. These days people are thinking from other ways, even if I'll say from a like religional like thought process as well. Recently in UP Kashi Vishwanath temple, you might have heard or you can search it on Google as well, that like people were literally using VR headsets to see like to experience the temple and all. So yes, and when I talk about, so obviously for that obviously you need VR headset, but if not, the beauty of augmented reality is it can easily be done on using your mobile phones and your like obviously tablets. So obviously everyone has like mobile phones, so yes, it can easily be um, like used, and at the same time we are very much used to QR codes these days, so it's so simple. You just need to scan a QR code and it's done. You just need to scan the QR code, you can track the image, and then you can have the augmented reality experience, especially on Zomato, on Amazon. You must have experienced it. Like I would say these are the best. Whenever I have to buy a furniture, I actually first of all see that how that furniture will look in my like literally home. Then only I buy it. So your buying actually is in that ease. So yes, the future and the opportunities are so much to say.
It all depends on how creative you are.
Exactly.
AI is not just like you just assist failure, you just made a logic and that's it. You have to get creative at some point, either at asset development or the logic development or both.
Obviously, sometimes like the creators use like only one or two assets, and the like the assets they use are so simple and like so easy to craft, but the logic is so complex that they have to spend like days to actually work on it. There are so many errors they come across with. So it's all about your thought. Like there are so many art creators out there who actually craft experiences, but it's all about that how creative AR experiences you are making, and also how much you know with the trends as well. You have to be you have to keep yourself updated with the trends. So like also talking about the AR workflow. Again, I hope that you all got the idea. in this whole process, first of all, think of an idea, and then um, just after doing the ideation part, see the concept that you have come across with. Okay, thank you, Suraj. And then after that, you have to see the storytelling, because obviously we don't want to see just uh, AR experience that we clicked on it and there's just no storytelling in it, nothing, like there's no story or anything. So you need to think of that. And before actually jumping on the asset development, like asset designing, basically working on the 2D and the 3D models and all, it's better to storyboard it. Just make the whole idea in, like, for example, in Figma or Canva in an easy manner so that you can visualize it in a better way. Pictorial representation is important, and then the development and publishing part comes into the picture. Yes. Pranjal, is it possible for you to just give them a glance of the impressions as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Rajat, for sharing. So yes, like if you haven't watched our like previous session, which was on the everything you need to know before getting started in the augmented reality and the virtual reality domain, so you can watch the video.
Perfect. So yeah, again, whenever you publish it to any of the platform, all of them give you really great insights. So in this case, like this is for Snapchat Lens Studio, you get insights of how many times the lens was viewed, how many times it was shared, and all. And in Metaspark, it's Metaspark Hub, where you can see all the insights. And similarly, it's the same for TikTok as well. But yeah, you get an detailed insight on how your filters and effects perform for the last 6 7 days lifetime, if a particular effect was good or not. You even get some audience data as well, like which country was top in your audience list and all, how was the gender ratio, how's the age ratio separated now. So yeah, a lot of these things. Okay, I guess that was pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, please put it in the chat, and if you want to share something, please do put it in the chat. And yeah, make sure if you're already not, make sure that you're part of our Bharat WhatsApp community. Um, yeah, sorry, anything?
Yeah. Um, this is, and like before ending, it would be really great if you can just turn on your camera. You can just click a quick group picture if that's fine.
Yeah, and there was someone in the chat who asked that he's an Unreal Engine beginner. He wants to know how AR using Unreal. We'll be covering that part in the future sessions, but just a suggestion that um, Unreal and AR doesn't go that well with each other. If you want to build AR apps for Android and iOS, um, I'll have you prefer Unity over Unreal because Unity has a lot of support and a lot of SDKs that you can utilize. Unreal is really good at visual part, no doubt, but for the AR part, I'm not sure if Unreal would be the best software for you to go with. But yeah, you can obviously explore Unity AR. Perfect. Um,
Um, all right, again, like saying, is it possible? Yeah, thank you, Hardik.
I guess I
How the AR industry, particularly, I just shared it that there are a lot of opportunities. Don't worry. AR won't go like, kahan gaya yaar? That's never gonna happen. Really. Don't worry.
mean,
AR is pretty sweet. Yeah, Pranjal, you can unshare your screen.
yeah,
Yeah.
perfect. Thank you
Uh,
everyone for.
is it possible for anyone else to like just open your camera so that we can just have a quick group picture? We'll just post it on our socials as well to make it memorable. Yeah. Pranjal, I guess you can take it. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Thank you so much, Ayush and Ishan. Yeah, Pranjal, you can take it.
Yeah.
3, 2, and 1.
Mhm. Very, very, thank you guys.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone. And also, like, Hardik is also one of the amazing creators out there. So, yes, thank you so much, Hardik, for joining.
Mhm.
No stickers.
Okay.
Bye bye. Yeah.
So thank you
Thank
guys. See you all in the future sessions. We'll be having sessions probably each week on either Thursday or Friday. We'll keep you updated on our WhatsApp, on your Insta, on your LinkedIn and all. So yeah, stay tuned and thank you again for everyone for joining.
Exactly. And also, our upcoming sessions will be totally hands on. So, yes, you have to be ready with your laptop so that you can actually explore the platform in detail. And thank you so much for your sweet wishes. With that note, thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. And we'll just say bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.